Hello children, we are back with our pandas class. Now I know the last class which was having that standard deviation, variance and mode and mean, that was quite confusing, and for you people it may be difficult to even grasp that quantile and quartile. But this section is going to give you a relief, because these two topics are something which you have seen earlier in SQL, that is aggregation and group by. Aggregate, the meaning itself is to join together the different mathematical function which you have seen, sum, min, max, count, median, all those things. If you want, you can join together and do it in one data frame with the help of a special function called as aggregate. That is what we are going to see in the first section. So I am just introducing that over here. So that aggregation is being done with the help of data frame, that is the data frame which you are going to create, dot aggregate. So if you apply this, it can be applied to one or more than one column with the help of the existing aggregate functions you have. So all these functions are actually available separately, exclusively, but if you want, you can do it with aggregation also. So question can come from both, that is how to find the output with exclusive functions and how to find the output with this particular aggregate. Okay, so let's not waste the time. We will move on to the examples of our aggregate function. So we will just minimize this, and we have our program ready. Okay, it's basically we are going to do it with a program. So I hope you can see this. Your data frame is created with your name, age, everything is created. The same example which has been created earlier for our other examples of your functions, sum, min and max and all those, median and all, same is created here. And here we have the first example of aggregate. Now you can see there that keyword sum min is given in quotes, because I am going to frame a list, or I am going to create a list. So if you want, I can add more than this into this function. Sum and min is right now the exclusive function which is available in our Python. I have been created it as a list. Okay, so the other two I have created with max and min. So basically, being a mathematical function, it will work with what? Of course with numerical values only, but I have tried with another one also, see name, which you can see later. So let's run the program and see how this works. Okay, so this is the answer. Now what is happening here? You are taking the whole data frame. Okay, we didn't specify any special column. In the definition it was telling that we should specify a special column. We didn't specify any special column. We just started with writing aggregate. This is how your output, the code looks like, aggregate and then sum and min. So your output is coming like this. This is the output. This is your data frame and this is the output. How did happen? What had happened here? Of course, name, age, pre-test score, post-test score is your column, and since you have given here aggregate of what? Aggregate of sum and min, the first column, that is Hari, Maria, Smriti, Ben, Dennis, Ben, this is concatenated together. You saw that? So that means even though we say sum being a mathematical function which works only with numerical, here no error came. So suppose if you try to do that aggregate or sum with a string based values, it just concatenates. How this comes? Exactly like that. Now age has been added, 23, 32, 34, 29, 22 is added and you got this 140. Pre-test score is added and you got 97. Post-test score is added and you got 278. I hope you got it. Now what was the next one in the aggregate? It was min, correct? See, sum, min. Now minimum value of each of this column is taken into consideration. So among this column name, or among the column values of name, you have Ben as the smallest value. You know how Ben became the smallest, isn't it? The ASCII value is taken into consideration. Yeah, correct, because you have B here and you don't have any other value starting with B. So, B considering to have the smallest ASCII value when compared to these values, you will be getting your Ben as the smallest value. Then 22 under age, that is the lowest value. 13 is the lowest value here and 34 is the lowest value under post-test score. So, I hope you got it. So, here when you print it with the help of this particular function, it comes like a data frame. That means if you want, you can store it into a data frame also. You can put DE or D1 equal to DF1 dot aggregate sum min, that will be stored into another data frame and you can print it. Or else directly, whichever way you do it, it is going to display it as a data frame only. Even though this looks very clumsy, this is how the output looks like, because I have given here the string values. Now, the second one, let us comment this and go for the next one, okay. And I am uncommenting this one. So, now you have print df dot aggregate. This time what I have done, I have created a dictionary, small dictionary. From age I have created and I have made a max and min. Okay. So, max and min automatically will be having that keywords max and min, and that will be taken into consideration with the help of the value age, provided age should be one of the column inside your data frame. Okay. So, that age is taken. So, from age here only max and min function will be aggregated, or that too will be taken into consideration. So, what is the difference between the first one and the second one? The first one takes or applies to the whole entire data frame. The second one applies to a specific column. So, for that you are recreating that once again here with the help of this dictionary style. So, age being that particular key and the max and min are the values inside that. That is how the dictionary is created. And of course, you know what is max and min doing and how does the output will be. But still we will run and see. Okay. Yeah, this is the answer. Age, that is the only column this time came, isn't it? And age, I hope you can see that. You have your max 34, that is the highest value, and minimum 22 is the lowest value. So, these two are the answers for your second statement. Now, let us go further and take the next one. I will comment this, uncomment the next one and run the program. And now, what is the difference? Yeah, this time in aggregate, the column is coming as name. See, same thing is taken. I can introduce count, I can introduce mean, mode, whatever aggregate functions you learned earlier, that you can try it out. I took the most easy one because you can understand it easily. So, you can try out with all these. So, then when the example and the assignment is set, you will be able to answer it clearly. So, this time you can guess what will be the output. What will be the output? Of course, under name the highest name, that is the name with the highest ASCII value will be displayed, and under min the name with the lowest ASCII value will be displayed. So, let us run the program and the output will be, yeah, see the highest value, as you can guess, it is Hari, because you know that one's ASCII is highest, which one? H being the smallest one, that's ASCII value is highest. And you have your Maria, S, Smriti and all, but that's in capital. Let's change and see, you will understand that. And Ben being the minimum, you already know. So, I am going to change that and let us make our Hari as capital. Okay. And now I am going back, yeah, the rest is all same. I am going back and running the program. See what happened. So, the smallest one, you know, the ASCII value of the capital ones are actually smaller than this one. So, that is how the Smriti came right now. Now, everything is in capital. So, that ASCII will be considered. Earlier, H was in small letter, and its ASCII value is highest compared to the ASCII value of your capital letters. So, remember the ASCII value of your capital A and small a, which you will remember 65, 97 if I am not wrong, correct. So, that has to be compared, which one is having highest, that is how highest came as Hari earlier. When I changed that to capital, then with the capital ASCII values is compared, finally the highest value is Smriti here. So, I hope it is clear. Once again go through it properly. Yeah, it is available in the Word also, so I am just going to show you with Word after minimizing this, of course. Yeah, these three, okay. The style of applying is write down the sum and min inside the aggregate function as a list with a colon, not with a column, so sorry, with the quotes in the bracket as a list. When you have to specifically create it with the help of one column, give the column as the key and give the aggregate functions as the values. So again the same thing here, this is to make you understand that even a string value will work. So that's with your aggregation, and the output which we just discussed is been shown here also, and the entire data frame is aggregated, and this is how the output comes. We already saw it's easy to understand what's happening. So I hope aggregate is much easier than what you have what you were expecting, isn't it? Now comes group by. Now, have you heard about group by earlier? Yes, you have in SQL. What is group by doing in SQL? Group by groups the values in a table based on a particular column with the help of an aggregate function. This is what is happening in SQL. But here, of course, little bit difference is there, but you can get the similar output what you see in your SQL here also. But we are not starting with that. We are first getting an idea about how this works in your Python. Okay, so group by. So that is a function here. It's not a clause. It is used to split the data into groups based on some criteria, whatever criteria you are giving there, and then you can split on any of their axes. Now suppose I am going to use a CSV file, the old CSV file here. So let's see how that CSV file works here. I have changed that in our pandas. Aggregate I am going to close. This is it. I have changed it into downloads. You can see here, and in the Word file it is with this path. Why? Because when I did it from my house, it was residing in this particular path, and when I came back to school and when I downloaded, it's in data frame. So if I want to run this program here, I should change, isn't it, the path. So the path has been changed. Now, that's the first thing to be kept in mind. Now you understand one thing. Now I will run it, of course, to show you. If you do this particular statement, I have given group by team, and if you run the program, okay, what are you expecting? You expect that it will be grouped on the basis of team, isn't it? Now before you go to your running process, let me just show you that CSV file, okay. Let this be created. Let's minimize this. Yeah. Okay, see, this is how your CSV file looks like. You can see here. Now, if I open this in Word or in Excel, I prefer to open it in Excel itself, because that you can have a better idea. You remember the CSV file, isn't it? How we created and kept. So the same function is used. A bit slow here, that's all. Hope it works here. Yeah. Can you see that? Even though the I'll increase the size and show you if you want, otherwise it's okay, right? So you can see it here. See? Yeah, you have your roll number, name, team, height, hobby, age. Look at the column names, okay? Roll number R is in capital, N is in capital, T, teams, T is in capital, height, hobby and age is in small letters, everything is in small letter. This is your actual program, okay, or actual CSV file, where I have created a team with red, blue, green, okay, and some names I have added, and height is there, hobby is there, and of course age is there. So I am closing this just to show you. I opened it, and I am not saving also, I am not increasing the size, let it be the same size itself. Now coming back to the program, the first thing which we just saw, the rest is commented, okay. The first thing is what is showing here. So you expect that will be grouped on basis of the team. Team is what? Red, blue and green, correct? But when you run, basically there won't be any, of course, see, this is how it comes. There won't be any idea of what is happening over here. So if you see roll number, name, hobby and age, and under team blue, see how many are there, that is coming. This is not what you expected, I know. So 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 3. What is this? This is actually the corresponding value of, no, I am so sorry. There is a small thing coming here. That means some things are over. Yeah, I was wondering why this is coming. Anyway, I have to comment this also. That was the answer for that one. I shouldn't have gone through. I should have gone through this earlier. Okay. Yes. Now, when you run this, okay, we are only running that. So the answer you see once again. Okay. Yeah. What is it? You only have your print K. Next one was into an object called as G1. You have group by team. Anything came here? This is what I was trying to explain to you. Okay. The other one was an answer for this one. So I was wondering how this answer came. There won't be any answer basically for the first function, group by. It is going to just show you this. That means you have applied group by, but you have not taken anything specifically from group by. That means this group by function is going to be sitting idle until you do some action on it. Now, the same example, okay. Anything else is there? No. That answer was for the other one, so I am not doing that. Same thing, see. This is the answer which came in the output also. So we have now created a data frame, but we have to move further. That means how does it works? You have to use group by, of course, but it just splits it up. No answer will come. Now, if you wanted to make any kind of aggregation or any kind of grouping over there, then you have to do it separately. For example, this is the new data frame which you created. Yes. So in that case, I am going to make the first change here. I am going to comment it here, and then this is it. Now, under the team, there is a value called as green, correct? So let's see now what is the output. I have commented all other group bys, other style of aggregation and all. Now the output, okay? So the earlier it was like this. Now let's see how the output comes. Take some times, of course, and see what is the answer. This is the answer. Now what is this? It is just showing you under green. Now you have green, correct? How many are there? 1, 2 greens are there, isn't it? So it is in actually that particular index is in, of course, in 3 and 4 you have green, correct? See, 3 and 4, let's say index, okay? In that index you have green. So we are just finding out how many are there, or which is the particular index where you can find green. That's all. So this is not the way your SQL works, isn't it? So you will be wondering that how this output comes, but you know the first one which I have introduced is to show you that what is coming as groups here. So if you change your green to, So the next answer was you had blue also and then red also. I am going to change it to red, okay. So R-E-D, red. And now I am running the same thing again. Okay, where and all you have red? 0th index, 2nd index, 5th index and 8th index. So you have the different group called as red in all these index. So basically you are expected to write this where and all it is found. In 64 indexes, to make sure that index is of integer type. So it's given here also, same thing. Data types of indexes in 64 and the index is value shown here. So this is what we expect to write. In 64 index is given as a bracket. So the answer for this function, that is groups of now it is red, comes here. Groups of green earlier came with 3 and 4. So I hope you got it. So what is groups doing? Groups help us to find where and all this particular value given inside the group as subscript is found. So the index is returned, okay? Yes. So let's go for the next one. So this is over. Let's not again do that. So I'm going to comment it. Let's comment one more. Now I am going to take that into consideration, and what you have is this one. What is happening here? A new data frame, the TC I am going to take it. Under TC I have used again group by. Again group by team is there. I can actually put G1 here, G1 of name.count, but I have directly used group by. That means instead of writing G1 of name.count, I have again used NDF dot group by of team. So under team, okay, I want to know the names count. What is name? Another column. That means when you run this program, okay, earlier we saw some answers which was vague enough. So now it is having some clarity, I assume. I use actually the groups, the group by of team. So under team, the name is given as 4. Why? Because you have under blue 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people are there. So totally under the group called as blue you have 4. Then under green you have only 2, which you already saw. Under red again you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it? So that is how it has to be. So basically your group by function works perfectly with the help of the aggregate function as you saw in your SQL. Now this looks like an SQL function, isn't it? How your grouping happens in SQL, you can compare with SQL, select team, comma, count, start from the table name, group by team. So you are going to count how many people are there under one team, correct? That is the answer came for this also. So let's make a small change here by writing it as G1. G1 is a name here. Okay, let's run this once again and let's see what is the answer coming. Same answer came. Earlier also same answer came, and now also same answer came. I hope you got it. So this is it. So this is a function count I have used. I can also use some other options also. For example, my you have here height is there, you have your age is there, and height we can actually find out instead of the same answer will come, isn't it? Or let's say for example hobby is there. So under each one I am going to change hobby. Now hobby being small letter, that is why I showed you earlier, I have to give hobby here a small letter only, otherwise error will come. So that you can try it out, okay? See? So the answer came for hobby, same answer will come. Now if I write here height, and if I write now height, okay, remember height spelling, and here the height is in small letter, so I have to give it in small letter here also, and I have given height, and I am giving here instead of min. Okay, what is the answer now? The minimum height of a team member under blue is 150. The minimum height of a team member under green is 158. The minimum height of a team member under red is 150. So I have changed. You understood? So if you want, you can change all this and try out. Some can be tried out. Max can be tried out. Now again, that max can be tried out here with the help of that age. For example, age. Remember to use the same case sensitivity is there, so you have to check whether it is capital or small. It is small letter only age, so I am checking and then doing, otherwise definitely value error will come. That you can try by changing and trying it out by yourself. And I am giving here max, and that is round. Now you are running it to see how the output looks like, and see the highest age under blue is 18, and then you have green is also 18 and red is also 17. You can change the age here to a different style, and then you can do. I have given 17, 16 same way. You can try, that is in your CSV file. Okay, you have to go and change it there and save and come back here, so you can see it here. So this is okay. I hope it is clear to you. From here on, this is the place from onwards your idea should be more clear. Of course, groups also will have output question. By writing this much, what will happen? No output is coming, but group by data frame is created. G1 is created and kept. That can be used further. You can directly give this way also. So this being a function can access the aggregate functions in a different manner, like the way you tried in our SQL. So I hope you got it this much, and let's continue this in the next section. Thank you.